Hello and welcome to this video on the Tableau Certified Data Analyst. Today we are going to be talking about a topic related to Tableau Prep, combining data using unions, specifically in Tableau Prep, not Tableau Desktop. And so now here's what we're going to cover, just two topics here. First, how to create a union in Tableau Prep using the input step, and then how to create a union in Tableau Prep in the union step. And so now, pro tip, if I'm going too quickly or too slowly, adjust the speed of the video. And I'm going to get into it after I just show you, here is the documentation. And if you notice here, this is about adding an input step, adding a union step in your flow, but there's also a link to the documentation related to the input step, right? So you can use this link that I'm going to put under the video to get to both of these topics. And so now, without further ado, I'm going to switch over to Tableau Prep to demonstrate these two ways of doing unions. So I'm just going to switch to my Tableau Prep application here, and I've already gotten started with this. I'm going to remove this data source for now and start again, right? So I've done some pre-work because I didn't want to spend time showing you any of the cleaning steps. I just want to show you the two ways of doing the unions. So first, I'm going to click Connect and then to a text file. And I have downloaded from the Tableau Prep tutorial these various files, and I'm just going to select one of them here. So I'm going to select Order South 2015. And now I have an input step for Order South 2015. And I can do a union instead of just using one table by going over here to Tables. And then I can say Union Multiple Tables, and it gives me the option of doing a union with all the different tables. Now, I don't actually want to do that because some of these need cleaning first. This is actually just an extra file that happens to be sitting in the same directory. And then Orders Central, Orders West, they need some cleaning before I can use them. So I'm actually going to add a file filter on the file name, and the star is the wildcard. So I'm going to do Orders South and then star. And so now I'm going to add that file filter and click Apply. And so now I've done that. I now have a table that's combining 2015, 16, 17, and 18, and I can see that, right? So if I want to view the data, I'd need to add another cleaning step, like Order South Clean right here, and then I can look at all these fields, get a preview of the values, right? So for example, I could go over to Order Year and kind of confirm that these different values are actually, okay, so I can see here, for example, file paths. I can see that I have here 2018 as well as 2015, right? So I've got some different values here because I've combined those four different tables. So that's one way of doing a union. The second way is in its own separate step. And so if I wanted to do that, I'll call this Order South Clean first. Then I'm going to drag this over to here, and it gives me the option to do a join or a union. I'm going to drag under to union, and now I've created a union step, right? And I can put another table over there and add it to the union, and a fourth table over there, add it to the union. And so now I have here a union step in my process flow. So if I click on this, the nice thing about this is this helps me figure out any mismatched fields. So if there are fields that have either a different field name or a different data type, they won't match. And so I can see that product and discounts are in the Order Central Clean table, but they're not in the other tables. And also file paths is in the Order South Clean, but not in the other file. What I need to do, I can select this only mismatched fields and then work on combining these fields, right? So to start with product, I think I want to rename this as product name. That mismatched issue has gone away. And I'm going to click on discounts and again, rename and just call it discount. And then finally, if I want to correct file paths, I'll just click on this and say remove. And so now I don't have any mismatches. I've cleaned up the mismatches, and I have a single table that has columns with data for all of the different data sources, right? And so that is a feature that you get in this union step. The other thing I would say about the union step as opposed to the input step is you are limited in the number of tables you can bring together in a union. When you use the input step, you can have more than 10 inputs, but with the union step, you're limited to 10 inputs. So that's one thing to note. The union step has the advantage of this nice tool to help you manage the mismatch fields, whereas you'd have to do that with a cleaning step if you're trying to correct mismatches in the input step. So there's the input step way of doing a union, and then the separate union step in your flow. That's all I have on unions. I am now going to close it off with a quote from Edward Tufte. Tufte says that graphical excellence is that which gives to the viewer the greatest number of ideas in the shortest time with the least ink in the smallest space.